to begin the game. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now, there's two sides to every coin. You come on the road, you get the onside kick to start the game. What a boost, but you don't get it. And now your back's against the wall a little bit.
You're exactly right. You nailed it perfectly. And so many ways to go at it when you're on the road. You think to yourself, well, if we start on defense, we blitz them early, try and create a big play. If we start on offense, we throw the big pass downfield. In this case, they said, forget all of that. Let's do it on special teams and try and catch them off guard with an onside kick unsuccessfully.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. Touchdown, Bengals! Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You have a lot to handle in this one.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Play action. It's Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brenton Strange, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Now 2nd and 9. Another tote for ETN. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. This now a 3rd and 4. Here's Lawrence to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run with ETN. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. Now Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Lawrence will throw. That is caught. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 20-yard line. Under a minute to go. Clock running in a back-and-forth 1st quarter of play. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. Under pressure, and they got to him again. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted. There he goes, left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive. but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Throw left side, complete to Chase. Touchdown! Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals have regained the lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. Some strong running at the 20. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. That boy showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. On play action, Lawrence eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down. Etienne up the middle. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence.
At the 19-yard line.
And that is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal, Jacksonville.
And they'll run with Etienne. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw, Lawrence being chased out. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jags have taken the lead. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Open man is Chase, complete. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. Still going inside the 20. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11. Dot. Dot.
Burrow going to keep it on the sneak, and he is going to lose yardage here. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. And Burrow going to keep it himself. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing, because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Okay, so the personal foul penalty. And those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Rolling to his left. This is caught. It's Boyd. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. Well, now how about this return? And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Well, that return had all the trappings of really good scouting. You could tell that they thought they saw something on tape that they could take advantage of, and they dialed it up at just the right time to give them a great return.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Now Lawrence to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, Burrow. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. And quickly, they get to the line. A handoff for Etienne. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Play action. It's Lawrence. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here's a give to Etienne. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Lawrence, and that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
They're going on fourth down. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on fourth down, and the Bengals will get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And they're going to speed things up here. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. Quick slant caught by Chase. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good.
Mixon will try the right side. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Burrow. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Now it's Mixon running right. Down at the 35, it'll be second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Steps away to his left. He's got his man. That's Sample to tight end. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
That's good for the Cincinnati Bengals. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go, here we go. 11, Thomas.
And Burrow going to keep it himself. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Joe Burrow scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. McPherson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does it? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Logan Wilson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase. And he'll be out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Bengals have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. Breaks through the contact. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one, maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Completes it to Evan Ingram. On the move past the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
1st down, Jaguars.
Lawrence going to throw again. He targets Ingram for another grab. And down inside the 15 he goes. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence. 14 yards. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Mixing up the middle. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now it's Burrow. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Throw left side complete to Chase. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Mixon.
4-yard line.
Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
A 27-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
Gain of 19 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And to throw again is Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. Now Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Flushed out right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Burrow from his own end zone. It got his man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. From the gun on third down is Burrow. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Fourth down, but Burrow stays put. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. There he goes again. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 68 yards. And the Bengals have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off.